Hello, and welcome to Carpe Open Enrollment. Today we're going to spend a few minutes talking about open enrollment campaigns. For many of you, a lot of what we're going to talk about may be a review, but hopefully you'll get some new ideas that can make your open enrollment campaign successful and effective. Open enrollment should be a very big deal. It's a once-a-year opportunity to get together and share information, answer participant questions, promote your programs and the behaviors you desire in your participants, and introduce any changes that are going to take place. Sometimes the only benefits information that participants receive each year comes during your open enrollment campaign. So it's critical that you prepare those well in advance and make sure that everyone gets a copy. It involves everyone around you, from participants and their dependents to the trustees, business agents, administrators, as well as the fund office staff. Those folks are going to have to answer a lot of questions. Finally, when you hold meetings or host benefits fairs and deliver webinars on the subject, you come together for a common purpose: informing, educating, and ensuring that participants understand the value of their benefits. Let's review a few fundamentals. Remember, you should know who your audiences are and what their concerns are. Sometimes, due to changes, these audiences can change year to year. You'll have to address special messages to them. Make sure your messages are consistent, that they address any changes that you're going to make to your plan, promote some great programs that you offer, and discourage unhealthy behaviors among your participants and their dependents. Always think about the best media to connect with your people. What's going to work best? What will reach out and grab them, get their attention, and get them engaged? This is a good time to explain the process, timing, key dates, and events. In other words, how open enrollment is going to work. It's also a great time to seize the opportunity to share important and somewhat mandatory notices like the Women's Health and Cancer Rights Act notice, HIPAA notice of privacy rights, Medicare Part D. You want to make the complex and unfamiliar information simple, easy to understand, and actionable by answering key questions. Your participants need to know what's happening, why it's happening, what's in it for them, what they need to do, and how you're going to help them accomplish that. Let's talk about what you need to do to plan a perfect open enrollment. And let's start 4 to 6 weeks out. During that time, you're going to want to identify and lock in any key dates and events for things like benefits fairs or enrollment meetings. You'll be developing the key messages about any important plan changes so that you can explain them thoroughly and simply to your participants. You'll want to provide meeting materials to key stakeholders and spokespersons well in advance so that they can help you spread the news about open enrollment and any changes that might take place. You should also provide talking points to make your leadership credible and knowledgeable. You're not trying to make them subject matter experts, but you want them to have a working knowledge of what's going to happen during open enrollment and the significance of the changes that might take place. Finally, it's a great opportunity to use emails, postcards, posters, and especially your website when you're sharing any information whatsoever about open enrollment. Indeed, I think that the website should be the place where everyone goes first and foremost to get information about everything to do with open enrollment. As we get closer to open enrollment, let's say 2 to 3 weeks out, you'll want to begin to prepare presentations which you'll deliver at open enrollment meetings or at benefits fairs. These presentations will cover the process of enrollment itself, details of any changes which will be implemented in the coming plan year, and the required actions of participants and dependents. You may want to put out a special edition newsletter totally devoted to open enrollment. If you're having a benefits fair, make sure you invite your vendors. They bring a special knowledge and expertise to the event, as well as they can answer those difficult questions your participants may have. You might also want to consider biometric screenings if you have a wellness program. If you are making changes, putting out a highlights or change brochure is always a good idea. Frequently asked questions are an old tool, but a great tool. Make sure you keep them up to date. And finally, you might want to consider an open enrollment hotline, a 24/7 way for people to ask questions and get their answers. With about a week to go, your open enrollment guides should be in participants' hands. You should also post it on the website so they can download it if they need to. You should send out reminder emails and postcards. Let people know that open enrollment is approaching and what they need to do. Finally, advertise open enrollment. Put it on posters and flyers at work areas, and put it on your website as well. Now that open enrollment is here, it's time to execute your plan. Try and monitor your open enrollment progress if that's possible to determine if you need to address any issues that come up during the period. Send out reminders to trustees, business agents, and locals so that they can help remind your participants about open enrollment and the need to take action. Also, post daily reminder messages on your website. If you have people going there to look for information, it's a great way to remind them to enroll. Refresh your frequently asked questions daily. And finally, capture all the lessons learned during open enrollment, because there's going to be another one next year. In conclusion, let's discuss a few final thoughts. Remember, this is an excellent opportunity to not only educate your folks about their benefits and help them to make the smart choices, but to share those important messages about how they use their benefits and how to get better, how to live better, more productive, healthier lives. Open enrollment materials can be legally binding, just like summary plan descriptions or plan documents, and participants rely on them to make decisions. So you've got to make sure that legal counsel and compliance experts review those materials and make sure that they're accurate. Please make them easy to read and understand. Not everyone likes reading a summary plan description to understand their benefits. Your open enrollment guide or benefits guide can be a great tool for you to connect with your people and help them to understand and truly appreciate the benefits you're offering. Thanks and good luck.